L. Frank Baum published The Wonderful Wizard of Oz in 1900, and it landed at a weirdly perfect moment in American life. The country was modernizing fast. Cities were swelling, industry and advertising were taking over, and a lot of people were watching older rural realities get left behind. That push and pull sits right under the story's paint. Kansas is flat, harsh, and practical. Oz is dazzling, crowded with color, and stuffed with big claims. Dorothy's trip becomes a tour through the difference between what looks powerful and what actually is powerful, plus a reminder that home is not just a place, it's where you belong and where people know you. Baum himself was not some cloistered literary wizard. Before Oz made him famous, he bounced through a mix of business attempts and creative work, including writing and entertainment-related ventures, and he had a strong instinct for what would hold an audience. He also had a clear philosophy about children's stories. They should be imaginative, lively, and emotionally true, not stiff moral lectures dressed up as fairy tales. You can feel that in Oz. The book is playful and strange, but it's not shallow. It lets danger exist, it lets characters fail, and it lets them grow without a narrator wagging his finger at you. The plot, in its simplest form, is a cyclone carrying Dorothy and Toto from Kansas into an unfamiliar world where she immediately becomes tangled in a conflict bigger than herself. Along the yellow brick road, she collects companions who believe they are missing something essential. The Scarecrow wants brains, the Tin Woodman wants a heart, and the Lion wants courage. Each is convinced the Wizard of Oz can simply hand over what they lack, like a customer service desk for the soul. But their journey keeps forcing them into moments where they already think, feel, and act bravely, even while insisting they cannot. That contrast is the engine of the story. They are constantly proving their own worth while refusing to believe the evidence. Oz itself is built like a chain of vivid episodes, each with its own rules, dangers, and comic logic. Rusted jaws, field mice armies, fighting trees, and the strange menace of authority, whether it comes from a witch, a beast, or a booming voice from nowhere. That episodic structure is part of why the story has been so adaptable. It reads like a series of memorable set pieces that naturally translate into stage scenes and later screen moments. And the world is simply enough to follow, but weird enough to stick in your brain. One of the most interesting punches in the original book is how direct it is about power. The wizard is not a cosmic force. He's a human performing power, selling it, protecting it, and using spectacle to keep people compliant. The Emerald City is a literal lesson in perception management, right down to the green spectacles. It is funny, but it's also sharp. People will believe almost anything if the environment, the authority figure, and the ritual all reinforce the same illusion. Baum makes that point without turning the book into a sermon, which is exactly why it works. And then there is Dorothy, who is the quiet center of the whole thing. She's not chasing greatness, she is chasing return. Her motivation is not conquest or destiny, it is home and family and the ache of being out of place. When the story finally reveals that her shoes had the power to carry her home all along, it lands like a clean twist and a brutal joke at the same time. She could have left early, but if she had, none of the others would have discovered what they were capable of, and she would not have either. Later pop culture adaptations usually soften it, but the true ending is bittersweet. The magic gets her home, but the shoes are lost forever. Like the story is saying, you got what you needed, now stop chasing the glitter. The reason The Wonderful Wizard of Oz still matters is that it's basically a blueprint for modern storytelling about identity and self-belief, wrapped in bright fantasy clothes. It's about found family, the lies we tell ourselves about what we lack, and the people we trust to fix us. It's also about how often the great and powerful voice is just a pathetic little man behind a curtain hoping you do not notice the strings. And the story's real flex is this. It does not just tell you courage and wisdom and compassion come from within, it shows you, over and over, through what the characters do when they think they cannot.